Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Awaken. I'm Emma and I make videos on intentional living, minimalism and life organisation and planning. This is February week 4's cash stuffing of £170 as well as a look around my spending went in week 3. After the madness and expense in the first couple of weeks of this month, this week has been a welcome break. We've been nowhere after work or school, just spent time at home. I've been on a no eating out week, so I'll let you know how that went. And then over this weekend, we've had family visiting both days, meaning again, we haven't had to go anywhere except to the shop for some bits like bread and milk, which is just as well given we've had Storm Eunice with 80-mile-an-hour winds. So yeah, nice cozy days and nights in, and I've really enjoyed it. We'll get plenty of fresh air outdoors next week because we're all off for a much needed half-term break. I'll count out my £170, which I'm actually so pleased to see sitting here in front of me after the overspending and juggling I've had to do in the last few weeks. Anyway, in fives we have 5, 10. In tens we have 10, 20, so we're on 30. And then in 20s we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40. £170. As ever, I'll start with cash spending. Groceries, I put £80 in here last week, even though my kitchen wasn't very well stocked, and even though I was setting myself the challenge of not eating out all week, which in hindsight wasn't the best idea. I've managed on less than £80 for groceries for a week before. It can certainly be done. But when I've done this in the past, I've had a few bits already in, which needed using up, or I've had plans to eat out at family and friends' houses or to get a takeaway. But yeah, heading into this week, I think I tried to do a bit much at once. As ever, I made a meal plan and grocery list, and I went to Aldi on Monday. I actually made a video on this, so check that out if you haven't already. It was just something a bit different for me, and I really enjoyed making it. Anyway, yeah, I ended up spending £86 in Aldi, and apart from treating myself to a £3 bunch of flowers, I got just what I needed. I knew I'd need some bread and milk and fresh veg later on in the week, so I ended up taking £20 from another envelope to make my budget back up to £100. I'll let you know where I took it from soon. But it's been nice having all of our meals at home, to be honest. I got the girls involved in planning them, so I knew there'd be no complaints or me trying to juggle different meals each night because we all fancied something different. So yeah, a success, and I'll be doing the same again this week. So £100 is going in here, and it will highly likely be spent because the kids seem to need constant feeding when they're off school, yet somehow last all day in school without snacking every half an hour. Crazy, isn't it? I'm going to set myself a different challenge this week, which is to buy all of my groceries for the full week from Home Bargains, which is something I've never done before, and I'm actually quite excited about. Normally when I go to Home Bargains, I go to another couple of shops for fresh and chill bits, but my local Home Bargains has just expanded these ranges. So yeah, I think this is actually possible now. Make sure you hit the bell button so you get a notification when this one's uploaded. So £100 is going into groceries. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. Diesel, £70 was used. Thankfully, £70 was enough to cover the major diversions by my house due to building work and roadworks this week, but probably only because I've been nowhere except for work and school journeys. With the kids being off for a week now, it'll be the other way around, no work and school and a few journeys out and about. But I think £60 should be absolutely fine for this week. 20, 40, 50, 60 going into diesel. eating out. I didn't stuff a penny in here last week, like I said, and I challenged myself with a no eating out week. And guys, this is actually huge. I'm pleased to say that I and my girls completed this challenge. Now, there may be a few of you thinking it's not much of a big deal. Maybe you frequently have weeks like this where you cook and eat all of your meals at home, but I seriously cannot recall one week in my entire adult life where I haven't eaten at family or friends, I haven't eaten out in a restaurant, haven't picked up breakfast or a snack, or had a takeaway. I'm not bragging about this, by the way. I'm not proud of it. It's probably one of the reasons I ended up in such a financial mess, and also why I've had problems with my weight before. I want to get out of the habit of eating out every week. So I'll be doing more of these challenges going forward, including this week ahead actually. So nothing is going in here again. Although the kids are off school and we'll be going out and about, I'm going to be taking pack lunches with us, which might not go down too well with the kids. So let's just wait and see how this week goes. Kids pocket money. Bella had £10 of a £25 pocket money left this week. I used this to buy a teddy bear poncho from Home Bargains, which was actually £14. I'll let you know where I took the other £4 from towards it. I had planned to buy her a dressing gown soon anyway because she's completely outgrown the one she had, so I didn't mind. And I'd rather it went on something she needs than got wasted on sweets, for example. Car cleaning, there was nothing left in here. I thought I cleaned the car myself this week, but the weather's just been far too bad, so it's not looking great, but it can definitely wait for now. Windows, my £10 for cleaning is still in here. I have swapped some coins for the note that was in here before at some point, but I think the window cleaner will be glad of some change. I think he's probably been avoiding the bad weather as well, but I'll leave this in here for when he comes knocking. He's definitely benefited from me cash stuffing. I couldn't tell you the amount of times he'd knock and I'd say, oh, I've got no cash on me, I'll just nip to the cash machine or up the road. Or he'd say, no worries, I'll call back another day, and I used to feel really bad. But since cash stuffing, I literally open the door and pass him the cash right away. So I think he's quite impressed. And I think he has the same problem with a lot of households because carrying cash is actually rare these days, isn't it? Unless, of course, you're a cash stuffer. Planned spending envelope is obviously empty. And now on to sinking funds. Days out, I've still got £20 left in here for this month, which is basically just this week ahead, but the kids are off school. I've got this envelope and try to stuff around £100 in here every month, whether I have plans or not, so that when we get to times like this when the kids are off school, I have a little fund built up. I'm not going to be too hard on myself for only having £20 in here. In fact, I'm surprised I've managed to hold on to any money at all with February's events. I'm just going to have to be creative with this, and I'm going to add this other £10 to it. So that'll have £30, so 5, 10, along with this 20 and days out. I've been looking at loads of free days out options, and I'm so impressed with what I've been able to find actually, even just locally. I've been working on a video to share these things with you, so if like me you don't have much spare cash but don't want your kids glued to their phone and TV screens during the holidays, you still have options available to keep them entertained. So again, hit the bell button so you don't miss my video on free days out with the kids. Gifts, even though I stuffed £180 in here for February, I did overspend on family birthdays quite a bit. As you'll know if you watched my last couple of videos, I actually don't feel bad about it anymore, to be honest, now that I know I've made it to the last week of the month, my bills are paid and I have money for essentials and a few quid for taking the kids out. I'm over the guilt and will feel even better when I stuff money in here next week and don't see it all spent up straight away, because I don't have as many gifts to buy in March. A bit like days out, this one can start to build up a bit. Health, still have £100 in here. I haven't touched this. Clothing, I don't have anything left in here. I did have £5 last week, but £4 went towards Bella's teddy bear poncho dressing gown thingy, and the other pound just went into my savings tin. Benny, £50 was put in here this month. I had £30 left last week after spending 20 on a birthday cake for Lydia, not on Benny. But I've had to spend £20 this week on a routine vaccination, which is what this envelope is for. So that's fine. I gave him a bath and a trim around his eyes at the weekend, so he's had a little pamper, and his food is bought with my grocery money, but he's got plenty of this anyway. Holidays, I'm not working on this just yet. In Christmas, the £300 saved still hasn't been touched. Miscellaneous, I put £20 in here last week, but I used it to top up my grocery budget back up to £100, which was the right move. But I don't have long to wait until payday if there are any miscellaneous items that I really need. And if I needed something as an absolute essential or emergency, I have my emergency fund, which still has £310 in it, thankfully. Savings, I have no savings. This was used to save for my girls' birthday parties this month and will now be used to save for Lydia's school leavers prom in June. And there's this week's stuffing and review all done, guys. Thanks so much for watching this and all my other videos, and for liking and subscribing. A whole 461 of you have subscribed since I began this journey less than 3 months ago, and without you guys following and supporting, I reckon I'd be reviewing the last 3 months very differently and possibly not so positively. I'm loving making these videos for you, love hearing how much you've enjoyed watching them or been inspired by them, and I love hearing from you too. So say hi, share some feedback if you found this video helpful, or give me a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Click on the bell and subscribe button if you haven't already, so you don't miss future videos like this and on planning and intentional living. Thanks again, and bye for now.